Hi there, and welcome to my second video. Before I talk more generally about living with depression in my next videos, I just wanted to share with you my own history of mental illness. I suppose it's as good a day as any to bare my soul to the world. And in fairness, I'm one of the annoying people who share pictures of their food on Instagram, so why not share this big part of my life? I was 14 and a really awkward teenager when I realised that something was wrong. I was on a school trip to Madrid and I fell while ice skating. I wasn't seriously injured, but I just couldn't stop crying. And it seemed like over the next 2 years I just cried myself to sleep every night. At 17, my mum took me to the doctor, who diagnosed me with depression and prescribed counselling and antidepressants. I'm 29 now, and while I've changed a lot as a person, I still struggle with the same depression. During those 15 years, I was prescribed 5 different antidepressants, took 2 mood stabilisers, and spent hours with doctors and therapists. And there was even a 3-week stint in a psychiatric hospital, which I will share with you in a very fun video later on. I spent countless hours crying, harming myself, and planning my death. It also felt like I spent most of the time asleep when everybody else was awake, and spent most of the time awake when everybody else was asleep. I hid from the world, and so watched a lot of crap TV and ate a lot of junk. And this is really the stereotypical version of someone suffering from depression. But also during this time, I completed my bachelor's and master's degrees. I spent a year living abroad. I've worked consistently, full and part-time, and I've been blogging over the last 3 years. I've been lucky to make some great friends, and after years of not having a partner, 3.5 years ago, I fell in love with somebody who I now live with, who accepts my depression as much as they do me. So as you can see, the nature of depression and the people who suffer from it isn't really straightforward. So while I don't really have any answers, I have learned a few things that I hope will stop young people in particular from making the same mistakes I did. Some people will only suffer from a limited period of depression. However, like myself, there may be others who suffer from it more long term, due to genetics and scientific research that is now showing the long term effects of depression on the brain. I do suspect I'll have to deal with it the rest of my life. However, if you feel the same, then don't despair. Scientific research is also showing that the brain can repair and regenerate itself. And I've actually included a link to a really good video about this in the description below this video. I promised my family and friends that I would never purposefully end my life. So while there are still some days where I just don't want to live, it seems like I'm kind of here for a little while longer anyway. So I have to find the things that are worth living for, and also create the best life possible, as anybody with any long-term illness has to. And depression is an illness. And I'm starting to learn to deal with it the way anybody with an illness has to, such as asthma or diabetes, and I'm taking care of myself. So I suppose that's really it for today. I'll probably, discuss more parts of my experience with you in other videos. And I just wanted to say that even if not for yourself, but for the people around you, being here is so much better than not being here.